I have 51 minutes. You know what? I don't feel like reading Lord of the Rings today. You're gonna have to bear with me, Lord of the Rings fans. Tomorrow I'll continue my read along. I just feel like babbling. I thought it'd be cool to spend time talking about my personal life with my wife. You guys already know I already made my personal mirror series talking about what I want to do with my wife, obviously. But I thought it'd be cool to talk about what my final 40 goodbyes, when I meet my wife, the kind of stuff me and my wife will most likely be doing, obviously. As I guarantee you, when I what? I guarantee you when I meet my wife in Los Angeles, you're gonna see that people will take pictures because you're gonna see pictures of when I and VJ first meet each other after so many years. You guys are fucking crazy people, obviously. Yeah, peace out. And after that, you're gonna what? There's a good chance I'll settle in a nice suite in Los Angeles. I'll tell VJ, hey, do you know any top hotels here? Yeah, Ivan, I know a few hotels, and we stay at a top notch suite in Los Angeles. Obviously, a nice. I want to stay on a top floor where you have a nice view of all of Los Angeles. A nice suite, obviously. And it's a good chance me and my wife might hang out in Los Angeles after that. I'm gonna tell VJ, hey VJ, I want to hang out in Los Angeles with you. Obviously, and I'm saying there's a good chance I'll be hungry. I'll tell VJ, hey, do you know any good restaurants? We can say that we can go to a nice bar restaurant. After we go to the bar restaurant, we can go to a club. We can go to the club. The only top clubs here. Me and my wife can go clubbing, obviously. As I know, VJ likes to go clubbing. As I've seen pictures of her clubbing. I remember when I saw her documentary before she was about to film Eye Candy. She was dating Persephone at the time, right? I saw a documentary. VJ went clubbing with her friend. She went to some bar and she was singing to the song. VJ likes that stuff, obviously. It's me and my wife. Me and my wife can even go to an event. Well, no, not an event, but me and my wife can go clubbing. We can go to a nice bar restaurant, eat some good food. As because what? Because I know when I meet her, I'll be fucking hungry, man. Because there's a good chance I'll probably eat around 12, and then once I fly to Los Angeles, I'm gonna be hungry again. As I'm gonna tell VJ, hey, let's go to a restaurant. We can either go to a restaurant or we can order takeout if you want. Order takeout. If you don't want to go to a restaurant with me, we can order takeout if you want. But we're gonna eat food, obviously, and there's a good chance I'm gonna hang out with her in Los Angeles. I might go to a club, and if I do, that's gonna be training. And people in Los Angeles are also gonna ask me for pictures because a lot of people around the world are gonna buy my ebook and they're gonna want to read my what. They all read my book, obviously. Hence why a lot of them are gonna what? A lot of them are gonna ask for pictures. I'm gonna put my book back. I'm not gonna do my read long today. I thought it'd be cool to just babble on and talk about other things. I don't feel like reading Lord of the Rings today. Tomorrow I'll continue my Lord of the Rings read long. You gotta bear with me, what? Lord of the Rings fans. Do not get angry with me. I am almost done book one. I have what? I have 4 chapters left and I'm done book one. I have the Prancing Pony, and I have 3 more chapters after that and I'm done book one. And after book one, after my Lord of the Rings read long of book one, I am not reading anymore. I was nice enough to do all of book one, which is good enough. And it's all you guys around the world who haven't read Lord of the Rings. You guys now know what the first half of Fellowship of the Ring is about, obviously, because I read what? I read all of book one. Obviously, right? Right? Yeah, man. And you're looking at constant trends forever, man. You're looking at something fucking crazy, man. That's why me and my wife are gonna feel on top of the world, man. VJ's gonna feel on top of the world because VJ will now have that amazing feeling of being free. Oh my god, I'm now free. Even though the Hollywood life is nice and all stuff, I'm no longer a dirty slave. I'm now free with Ivan. I can see him, and I'm a multi-billionaire with him, and I can start my own entertainment company bigger than all these Hollywood companies. Yeah, man. VJ will get her freedom. Hence why when I see her, she's gonna cry. The main reason why VJ's gonna cry because she hasn't seen me. She hasn't seen me in decades, obviously, and she knows what hell both me and her went through to be together, man. VJ knows the price that she paid by being a porn star. That mess, obviously. She knows the price Ivan paid by being a porn star, and especially having Ivan die. She also knows she's been seeing hell for almost 2 decades, man. And now she can see me. She's the only one in the world who can see the light, whereas everyone else sees hell. You guys fucking deserve it. Because you guys don't deserve to see me. You're fucking wicked people, obviously. I'm proving a point. The reason why you guys can't see me is because you don't deserve to see me. Because I'm holy, obviously. The second reason why is because you don't deserve to fucking see me. You're fucking wicked people, man. I'm proving a point. There's a reason why you don't deserve to see me because you guys are all wicked people. You're morally wicked people and you deserve to see hell. Just like in the Bible, the wicked deserve to go to hell. The wicked are thrown to hell. The wicked, you world, you deserve to see hell because you're fucking wicked people. You killed an innocent man. You locked all doors with him. You knocked out 4-year-old kid. You purposely caused mess in his life. You touched his wife, knowing that she'll cry and she'll get infected, knowing I has to die. You trapped him with sharing her death, and you guys are wicked, morally wicked people. You don't deserve to see me when what? You dream about me. And you guys get what you fucking deserve, obviously. Obviously, right? Because you guys are wicked people, obviously. You don't deserve to see me. And you don't deserve to be saved. You deserve to be left behind when I'm king. You don't deserve to be saved, obviously. And you're looking at crazy trends when me and my wife first see each other, obviously. But going back to when me and her in Vancouver, obviously. So while me and my wife were the first thing we had to do, me and VJ, is we have to what? We have to go, the first thing we have to do, we're going to settle in a nice hotel in Vancouver, a top-notch luxury suite. Me and wife can settle. A nice, when I mean nice suite, I mean a nice like $15,000, even $20,000. I don't want to go too expensive. Like anything over $30,000 is you're just being stupid with your money. We could easily afford it, but a nice like $10,000, I'm saying a nice $10,000, $8,000 night suite's good enough. You stay a nice suite in Vancouver for 2 months. We'll pay week by week. I don't want to pay for the 2 months. No, I'll pay like week by week, obviously. And then while that's going on, me and my wife will be doing our documents. We need to get our bank card and visa. We need to get our British Columbia license card, obviously, to drive in Vancouver, obviously. VJ also needs to what? To be able to work in America, she has to obviously what? She needs to sign. Because she's not a Canadian citizen, she needs to what? She needs to sign some documents to be able to work in America, obviously. In America, you have something called a green card. I don't know what they call it in Canada. Hence why I'm going to hire someone to help me with all that stuff. Because VJ is not an American citizen, to legally be able to work in Canada, she has to sign some documents, obviously. Because she's American. Hence why we need to get the document things over with first, obviously. But what I'll do is I'll hire someone to do all the documents for us. The only thing, like I'm saying, like the bank cards, everything, hire someone to help us out with all that. That way, well, the bank cards, me and my wife don't need help with that. The bank will just tell her she has to pay some fee for it. But, you know what I'm saying? But the license, the British Columbia license, you know what I'm saying? Canada Post, you know what I'm saying? Me and my wife are going to have to receive mail because we now live in Vancouver. I have to sign up with Canada Post, obviously. VJ's what? VJ legally being able to work in Canada. We need to sign all those documents. I need to hire someone to help me with all that, obviously. And while that's going on, me and her can go clothes shopping. Obviously, we can go clothes shopping. We can buy our clothes. We can go clothes shopping. We can buy our clothes. It's a good chance me and her are gonna spend, I don't know, like $100,000 on clothes or something like that. That's something crazy. 150 grand. I don't know, 150 grand on clothes. I know it's too much. That's something crazy. And we're gonna store it in our hotel room, obviously. Store it all in our hotel room, obviously. Store all the clothes in our hotel room. This has been crazy. So when the hotel cleaners come to our hotel room, you're gonna see a bunch of clothes in the closet and also. Because me and my wife are gonna go on a huge clothes shopping spree. We're gonna buy a bunch of clothes, man. Because I know women are into us. So me and VJ are gonna go on a huge clothes shopping spree in Vancouver, man. We're gonna go to the top-notch clothing stores in the mall. Malls usually have nice clothing stores. We'll go to the mall. All these top-notch clothing stores. Me and my wife. The suits. I'm not gonna buy the suits until what? I'm not gonna buy the suits until like our 1 year vacation's over with. Like I'll buy my suits like right before me and my wife are about to start work. Right before we're about to be hard at work in the office for Las Vegas. Me and my wife will buy our suits then. There's no point of buying our suits because I'm not going to wear them, so I'm not going to buy it. I'll buy a good 10, 12 pair of suits for myself. That's enough. I'm not going to go crazy and get like 30, 40, 50 pair of suits. No. I'm going to tell VJ, let's get a good 10, 12 pair of suits. That's enough. I don't want you going overboard with the suits. Get a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 pair of suit shoes if you want to. You can get a good 12 pair of casual shoes if you want to. 10, 12 pair of shoes, some nice boots, some nice shoes, some high heels for yourself. You can get all those nice shoes, obviously. But I don't want you going overboard with the clothes, obviously. But I told you, because me and her are going to buy top high-end clothing. Like, when I mean top high-end clothing, I'm talking about, like, I don't know, $400 pants, $300 jean pants, $2,000 outfits, $500, $400 shoes, $600 shoes, $800 shoes, like nice shoes and all that stuff. Me and her are probably going to spend a good like 100 grand on clothes. Perhaps even more. 150 grand, 200 grand on clothes within the 2 months. Which is pocket change if you have what? If you have, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 billion in your bank, it's fucking, 100 grand is what? It's not affecting your budget. It's fucking pocket change, man. Fucking pocket change. Obviously. I don't want me and VJ leasing the cars during the 2 months. I don't want to lease the cars until the rooftop condo is built. Because I don't want to waste money. Because once we take our 1 year vacation, once me and her take our 1 year vacation, what? Like, we're barely going to be using the cars. Hence why I don't want to. Me and her can rent cars. We can rent cars. We can rent cars for the 2 months if we want. We can rent nice ass cars for 2 months. But I don't want to officially lease a car until we bought the rooftop condo. Once the rooftop condo is built, we can now lease our cars. We can lease our 4 cars. Because I don't want to lease any more than 4 cars. I don't want to own like 10 cars. You're just going to waste money. You're not going to use half your cars. Me and you, we lease our cars for a couple of years. And after the couple of years are up, we can lease another set of cars. And 2 cars is more than enough. One for winter and spring. One for winter and spring. Another for summer and fall. It's good enough. There's no point of leasing like 6 cars each. No. You're just wasting money as you're not going to use half your fucking cars. I can easily lease a bunch of cars, but if you do that, you end up wasting a lot of money. Because the more cars you have, the chances are you're not going to use a couple cars you're not going to use. Hence why don't lease a bunch of cars like these celebrities. No. Lease a good 2 cars is enough. 2 cars is more than enough to lease. You don't have to lease a bunch of cars. I'm going to tell Vijay, let's be smart with our money. We're going to blow a lot of our money, obviously, but I don't want us to be stupid and we waste a lot of money by leasing like 20 cars. No. Let's lease a good 2 cars each, and that's enough. And she'll listen to me because I saved her ass, and because of me, she's a multi-billionaire, obviously. Obviously, right? So while me and her do the documents, obviously, the annoying I hate documents. Hence why I'm going to hire someone to help me with all that, because I fucking get that over with first. That stuff is really annoying. Once we do the documents, we can go clothes shopping, we can hang out in Vancouver, we can go to restaurants, even go to clubs. Again, while we do all that stuff, all that stuff will be trending. People will take pictures. People will be asking me and my wife for autographs or pictures for my book sale. You have the trends of me and her being together, and you have the trends of the book sales. So while me and her in Vancouver, all that will be going on. You have the trends of the book sales, the fame of the Zane's book sales, trending online in Vancouver. You also have what? The fame of me and her being together. And she looked at something crazy. When me and her hang out, going clothes shopping, hanging out at bar restaurants, I want to check out a few clubs in Vancouver. People will take videos and pictures and I'll be trending online. It looks to me crazy. And people will also ask me and my wife for pictures for the Zane's book sales. It looks to me crazy, man. Wherever we go, it looks to me fucking crazy. Hence, when I say I saved VJ's ass, I really, really saved her ass. As I not only saved her spiritually, I saved her physically. As VJ is the only one who gets to experience the international fame with Ivan. The buzz with Ivan. She's queen now. Hence, I saved her ass, obviously. VJ gets to see Ivan spiritually, hence I saved her. I saved her ass from the Hollywood system. She's now free. So she gets to see Ivan. She's the only one who gets to see Ivan. She's lucky, obviously, because she's my wife, obviously. She's my spirit. I saved her ass from the Hollywood system, obviously. She's free now. At the same time, she's saved physically because she sees Ivan, and because she's a part of that buzz with Ivan with the book sales and all that stuff. VJ is what? VJ is feeling on top of the world, and she's saved. I saved her. VJ is a lucky one, obviously. VJ is a fucking lucky one, obviously. Yeah, VJ is fucking lucky. VJ not only gets to see Ivan, Ivan not only saved her spiritually, he saved her out of the Hollywood system. She's free. She's a multi-billionaire. She sees Ivan. She sees the light, obviously. At the same time, she also sees Ivan physically, and she's a part of that crazy buzz with him for the movie and the book sales, obviously. It's VJ. I saved her ass, obviously. And VJ will be feeling on top of the world. And she's looking at something crazy. Because even though VJ is and all stuff, because I'm Y, I'm pretty much the main show, pretty much, right? Well, VJ is the main show too, but because I'm Y, I'm obviously more of the main show, obviously. Like, more people are going to be like, oh my god, I want to see Ivan. Because no one's ever seen Ivan famous. Whereas everyone knows what it's like to see VJ famous, obviously. Hence, I'm pretty much... Well, VJ's the main show too. VJ's the main show, I'm also the main show. Because I'm Y, I'm pretty much the main show, obviously. Because I'm Y. Hence, everyone's really gonna know. But people are really gonna. My point is, VJ. I saved VJ's ass, and VJ gets experience, success, and fame for my book sales, and she's gonna be saved, obviously, and she's gonna know what it's like to feel on top of the world, having me and her trending online every day, man. As me and her gonna feel on top of the world, obviously. Look at something fucking crazy. The whole world, wherever we go, trends of constant pictures and trends, man. So once me and her, I'm saying, buy our clothes, I'm saying, we can even rent cars within those 2 months. Our documents are taken care of. We go out to dinner, all that stuff. I'm saying, we bought our nice clothes. We're staying at that nice suite in Vancouver. Now, once that's taken care of, at the same time, we made plans. While it's going on, me and her are going to make plans for the rooftop condo too, obviously. The rooftop condo, finding a roof in down to Vancouver where we can build a rooftop condo. I'll tell the real estate agent, fine, I'm gonna tell the agent, look, man, this has never been done before. This is very rare. I want to build my own rooftop condo. I want my condo built from scratch on top of the roof. Find me a building where I can build my condo on top of the roof in Vancouver. Tell the owner of the building I'm willing to pay him a nice $5-6 million fee. Okay, yeah, I understand. And because I'm willing to pay them a nice fee, me and my wife will be able to find a roof where we can build a rooftop condo on top of the roof. You know, something top notch. Same time, me and my wife can go jet shopping. We can buy a nice $7 million jet. So we can buy one of the top jets around the world. We can go jet shopping, buy a jet. Within those 2 months, we can buy a jet, buy a $7 million jet. We can buy our what? You can also buy our yacht. Buy a nice $30 million yacht. Park it in the docks. Me and my wife are most likely going to do a few sleepovers in the docks. We might drive in the ocean because Vancouver is right next to the Pacific. We can drive in the Pacific. We'll be parking our yacht in the docks. We can drive to the Pacific and even do sleepovers in the Pacific, obviously. Get drunk, even get high, listen to music, have a blast, man. Have some champagne. You know what I'm saying? Me and her are going to have an endless bucket list. As I want to do a few sleepovers in the yacht during those 2 months before we take our vacation. Hey, VJ, I want to go to the yacht. Let's go to the yacht today. You know what I'm saying? Let's go out in the ocean. I want to do that with you. Obviously. And then once the documents are taken care of, I'll give George Lucas a call, and that's when we'll make plans for SkySource. You guys already know what I've already talked about this. I'm saying building the $6 million office for me and my wife and the 7 team, and the building for the special effects team. Me and my wife are gonna have to find land. Obviously, I'll try and find land downtown where we can build our office. If we can't, we're gonna have to build the office outside downtown. Obviously, there's a good chance my office might not even be downtown. It might be outside. I want my office to be downtown, but there's a good chance my office might be outside of downtown. Obviously. But if it's outside of downtown, it's all good. Because I'm still gonna be able to build a top-notch office. See what I'm saying here? You guys love when I talk about my personal, yeah, man. Hence why you better enjoy this. Here's what you can, because once I pay this fee, me and my wife are gonna be living a life, and I'm not making any videos for you on the Sabotage channel. As once I'm king, I'm gonna totally forget about this life. I'm gonna forget about this old Sabotage Ivan that you saw on YouTube. Because now I'm king, and with my wife, I'm living a life, man. Because now I'm a billionaire, I'm trying online, I'm not even going to think about my Sabotage channel, man. What I mean I'm not even going to think about, like, Ivan, once you see my fame, all these hundreds of trends, you're going to be like, yeah, man, Ivan and VJ totally forgot about their stupid Sabotage channel, because now they're living the life. Yeah, man, now I'm living the life. Me and my wife are never looking back. We're living the life, and I totally forgot about my stupid Sabotage channel. Because hence the whole thing is set up, obviously. And when I'm king, you don't see me. When Ivan wasn't king, we saw him live. And now when he's king, we don't see him live and we're left behind. Yeah, man. And so I set the whole thing up, obviously. So once I hire George Lucas, we're going to make plans. I'm going to have to find land. I'll probably buy a good, 1.5 acres of land's enough. Buy a good 1.5 acres of land to build my office for my 7 team and the special effects team, obviously. Obviously, right? We have to do that. Trademark my SkySource Film Entertainment Company brand name. I have to do that. So I have to trademark the brand name. You're looking at a top-notch company we're going to own. And George Lucas will be staying in a hotel. I'll pay for his hotel. I won't have him stay at a luxury hotel, that one that we're staying in. No, it's just going to cost more money. But I'll have him stay at a nice $1,500 a night hotel. You know those nice hotels where the average person stays at? A nice hotel like that. Not a luxury hotel, but I'll have him stay at a nice hotel, obviously. I'm not having him stay at a luxury hotel, no. It'll just cost more money. But I'll have him stay at a nice hotel. His hotel's paid for the 2 months. You know what I'm saying? I'll transfer him his $30,000 bonus online, e-transfer, right? Pay him his $30,000 bonus, and that will cover his what? That will cover his feeding for the 2 months, pretty much. Because it only costs George Lucas for feeding a good, I don't know, for the 2 months, it'll cost George Lucas a good $2,000 in feeding. So the $30,000 covers his feeding, obviously, and he'll be helping me when my wife starts Skiv. Because his company was independent from Hollywood, he is the perfect man to help me and my wife start Skiv Source. Obviously, he's the perfect man to help me and my wife start Skiv Source. See what I'm saying here? That's why I'm hiring, obviously. Because George Lucas is the only man who had a company independent from Hollywood, whereby he actually did big budget movies like Star Wars, like that stuff. That's why he's perfect. Okay, George, I want to start my own company independent from Hollywood. Your company was independent from Hollywood. I need your help. Okay, Ivan, what do you want? What do you want the name of your company to be? Okay, I want the name of my company to be Scott's Entertainment. Okay, Ivan, you're gonna have to trademark that name. That way, no one steals your name. Obviously, steals your brand name. Obviously. Okay, Ivan, you want to make your movie? How much do you want to make? You want to take a loan? No, George. We want to fund ourselves. How much money do you want to put towards your movie? I want to put 9-7 million towards my movie, obviously. Okay, Ivan, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to keep your company simple? Do you want to hire a 7 team? Yeah, I want to hire a 7 team. Okay, you're gonna have to build an office. You can either lease office space in Vancouver, which I'm not gonna do, or you can build your own office. I prefer to build my own office, obviously. And you're also gonna need a special effects team. How many departments want you? Okay, Ivan, you need that. You need this much departments. You need to build your building. I build my building. I'm putting a good 7-10 million towards my building, which is more than enough. Probably a good 7 million is enough for the building. I'll put 7 million towards the building for the special effects team. And I'll put a good 5.5-6 million towards the building for me and my special effects, and that I'll pay out of my pocket. For me to save as much money as I can for the budget, the building, the office, me and my wife can pay with our pocket, obviously. Buying the land, building the office, with the 7 team, and the special effects team, me and my wife can pay out of our own pocket. And I'll pay George Lucas out of my own pocket too. Because 30 grand is pocket change, obviously. And when I pay for his hotel, that'll be out of my pocket too, obviously. The only thing George Lucas has to pay for is his flights. I'm not paying for his flight. Look, man, I'm not going to pay for your, I don't know, $1,000 flight. You can easily pay for that yourself. You're a billionaire. I'm not paying for your flight, but I'll pay for your what? Your hotel stay. I'll pay you your $30,000 bonus, and which covers your feeding pretty much. And I'll pay for your hotel. But I'm not paying for his flights. He has to pay because he's a billionaire. I'm like, look, man, you're paying for your own flight. I'm not paying for your fucking flight, man. Which he won't mind, because a flight, George Lucas lives in what? He lives in America. A flight from what? A flight from America to Vancouver is probably like $1,000 ticket. I don't know. He might fly privately. It's only a couple $1,000s, which George Lucas can easily afford, because he's a billionaire, man. He's a multi-billionaire, George Lucas, and so he won't mind paying for his flight. But the hotel, you have to pay for his hotel. Don't have him pay for his hotel. No, pay for his hotel. Obviously, considering you're hiring, you got to pay for his hotel. And you pay for his feeding by what? Paying him a $30,000 bonus, which covers his feeding, obviously. Because he'll need to eat during the 2 months too, obviously. So he'll be helping me out with all that, starting Skiv Source. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Ivan, you're going to have to put out ads for your 7 team. Okay, I only want my 7 team. I'll hire an ad company, a top-notch ad company, and I'll have them put out the ads to the Hollywood companies, obviously. Because I have the keys, everyone will know. The resumes will go out to all the Hollywood companies, obviously. My seven team, I only want people who worked in Hollywood for the big 5 companies. There's a high chance Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, Rian Johnson, you know what I'm saying, what's his name? Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, a high chance one of those guys will be hired, man. It's not guaranteed, but there's a high chance one of those guys, as those guys are guaranteed going to send in their resumes, because they'd rather work for me than work in fucking Hollywood, because they know in Hollywood they're dirty fucking slaves, obviously. Yeah, I'd rather work for Ivan and make my clean millions, than be in Hollywood and be a dirty fucking slave, obviously. And I also want to be saved. They don't want to be left behind. They want to be saved, obviously. There's a good chance all those 4 candidates, they're all going to send in their resumes for the script of our position, guaranteed, obviously. Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, I'm saying, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. You know what I'm saying? Those are not my only 4 candidates. There's other good candidates out there too for my script of our position. There's a lot of good candidates. Like the people who wrote Avengers, those are good candidates for my script of our too, obviously. They're really good candidates too. Very good candidates. There's a lot of good candidates out there. It's not guaranteed I'm going to hire those 4 guys. You guys already know. You can see the future. But there's a lot of good candidates out there for my script report position, obviously. So I'll be putting out my ads for my 7 team. Obviously. Putting out my ads for my 7 team. Obviously. And I only want my 7 team who work for the big 5 companies in Hollywood. Only Hollywood people, C-list people. If you're a secretary who worked for some independent film company, you're out. I'm not hiring C-list people. I'm hiring people who worked for what the Hollywood company. As I know, all the C-list people around the world would love to work for my company, but I told you, I don't want to hire C-list people. I want my company to be represented by the best, and you hire the best. For cheaper price, you get cheaper quality. For more expensive price, you get better quality, obviously. You want guys to compete with Hollywood, you have to hire the best people. You don't hire C-list people, no. You don't hire C-list actors. You hire Hollywood actors. That way you get top quality acting for your movie. You want to get top-notch scripts on the level of Hollywood, you got to hire the best of the best. You got to hire Hollywood people. You don't hire C-list people to help you write your scripts, no. You hire Hollywood people who've written scripts. That way your scripts are on the same level as what? If you want your scripts to be on top quality like Hollywood, you got to hire good script developers, good directors who work in Hollywood. Don't hire C-list people. You want to get top quality for the building of your sets, you got to hire Hollywood crewmen. If you want to get top-notch pictures on the same level as Hollywood, you got to hire photographers who work in Hollywood. You got to hire people who work in Hollywood. Don't hire C-list people, obviously. Right? So the members of the 7 team, they have to have worked in Hollywood. And I'm going to narrow it down. You have to have worked for the big 5 companies. That way me and my wife don't have to look as much resumes. There's a good chance me and my wife will only look at a good 300, 400 resumes. So if we look at 10 resumes a day, in a good month, we'll finish looking at the resumes. The reason why I want to narrow down the big 5 is that way me and my wife don't have to look at as much resumes. I want my company to be the best. Hence why I want to hire the top-notch people who work for the big 5 companies, obviously. So 7 team, to qualify, you have to have worked for the big 5 companies. So the accountant have to have worked for one of the big 5 companies. The head of production have to have worked for the big 5 companies. Someone who creates schedules, obviously. The secretaries have to work for the big 5 companies. And the 2 script reporters have to work for the big 5 companies. That's how it's going to work. As well as a legal advisor. I want a lawyer who work for one of the big 5 companies. That way your company is best represented. And your company, if you want your company best represented, you got to hire the best of the best, obviously. Right? So we put out ads. The only thing me and my wife are going to put out the ads for are the 7 team, the doc team. Okay, I want to hire a doc team, a big doc crew, to do my documentaries for all my movies. That's gonna be in the ad. I want to hire a doc crew to be my doc team that will film my document pre-production, behind the scenes of all my movies, obviously. And there's a good chance I want only a doc team doesn't have to be people who work for the big 5. No, the doc team don't work. No, the doc team, they have to be people who work in Hollywood, right? So the people who work for Keeping Up with Kardashians, there's a good chance I might hire those guys, as I guarantee those cameramen probably make $100,000 to film the show. Whereas me, I'm willing to pay them $350,000 for the movie project to film my documentary, obviously. Keeping Up with Kardashians, I believe, ended. The show ended, I believe. And there's a good chance, look, man, the people who worked on Keeping Up with Kardashians, you can hire those cameramen to film me and my wife's Last of Us documentary, obviously. The Sky Source Last of Us documentary. It was something top notch. And I'll pay the cameraman a nice $350K. And the editor, you can pay $400K. Because editing is very important, you pay the guy that's $400K. I don't need to hire one editor for that. Hire one editor and then hire a bunch of cameramen, that's enough. I don't need to hire any interviewers because the cameraman can just hold the camera and they can just speak and then the people can talk, obviously. Not hard. As most documentaries, you don't have interviews. Most documentaries are usually just film it and you just see a guy or woman talking. That's how it works, obviously. There's a good chance people who filmed Keeping Up with Kardashians, Keeping Up with Kardashians is a top-notch documentary, top-notch show, obviously, right? Well, think something better than Keeping Up with Kardashians for my documentary. The behind-the-scenes of Last of Us, the concert arts, Eritat. You also get behind-the-scenes of me and my wife in our condo, the 7 team. There's a good chance you're going to have some drama. You might get some drama with the actors. Look at something crazy, you know what I'm saying? Drama with the crewmen. There's going to be some drama. Probably not, but you might have some drama. You're looking at something better than Keeping Up with Kardashians for my documentary. Hence, my documentary will almost be as good as my movie. Hence, the whole world, once you see the trailers for the doc, the whole world will be excited to watch that doc, obviously. And they're going to be more excited to watch the movie, obviously, but they're going to be almost just as excited to watch that doc. Because a documentary, you're looking at something top notch, indie style camera. I'm leasing indie style cameras like Red Epic camera, Canon camera. The cameras used for filming independent movies like 9 Million United No Kiss List. Think of cameras like that. No documentary has been filmed with that kind of camera, man. Most documentaries they film with cheaper cameras. I'm filming the documentary with cameras used to film independent movies. Hence why you're looking at an indie movie documentary, like top notch camera. No, Naomi's no kisses. You got that camera with VJ and Pearson Ford and all that stuff. Well, think of a camera like that for my documentary. For behind the scenes, me and my wife at our condo, the 17 of their condo, you know what I'm saying? Pre-production, writing the script, the concert artists, Eritat, the actors in their hometown, training the third year in Vancouver, this crewman preparing in Switzerland, the third year, you know what I'm saying? Production, the fourth year, post-production, looking at top-notch documentary, the red carpet event. You're looking at the best documentary ever, man. I'm putting $10 million towards a doc. Obviously. So the doc crew has to work in Hollywood, obviously. There's a good chance of people who worked on Keep Walker Dashes, I'm going to hire those guys. If they're available, if I see we worked on Keep Walker Dashes, there's a chance I'm going to hire those guys. If they're available, obviously. The 7 team have to work for the big 5 companies. So Fox, Disney, Paramount, Warner Bros., Universal, those 5 companies, obviously. If you did not work for those 5 companies, you don't qualify for the 7 team. I want to narrow it down because I don't want to be looking at like 5,000 resumes. No, me and my wife don't have time to look at 5,000 resumes. No, if you want to narrow it down to a couple hundred resumes, keep it specific. That way, very specific. That way, me and my wife don't have to look at much resumes. So the 7 team have to work for the big 5 companies. The doc crew have to work in Hollywood, obviously. The photographers, I only want the ones who work for the top magazine companies. Only the top magazine companies. So all the top magazine companies, I only want the photographers who work for those companies. That way we narrow it down. You're probably only looking at me and my wife are probably looking at 60 resumes for the photographers around there. The web designer, I don't need to hire one designer. The web designer have to work for the big 5 companies too. Narrow it down, that way me and my wife don't have to look at much resumes, obviously. And the 2 graphic designers have to work for the big 5 companies. The graphic designers who edit pictures for the posters and all that stuff, and pictures for those big 5 companies, I only want to hire graphic designers who work for the big 5 companies. The web designer has to work for the big 5 companies, and the photographers have to have taken pictures for the magazine companies. So a photographer who took pictures for Kendall Jenner's Vogue magazine, those are the photographers I'm going to be hiring for my company. That way your company's top notch. You want your company to be best represented, you got to hire the top notch people, the best of the best, man. Sean McCarroll here.